Let's run away now and forever.
All right, freshmen and new students, good morning. We're going to try that again. Freshmen and new students, good morning. All right, that was better. Welcome, everyone. Just real quick before we begin, if you are wearing a hat or a hood, please remove it. Hats and hoods cannot be worn inside Newington High School during the school day, including at orientation, even though it's technically still the summer. We'll go into more detail on that when we talk about the dress code. So again, welcome. I'm so excited that everyone is here this morning. It's fantastic to see these seats filled with faces that I know are smiling underneath your masks. You're going to notice that I have my mask off. It's because I'm a safe distance away from all of you guys. You do have to keep your masks on, though, at all times throughout orientation. Your orientation group leaders will give you opportunities to take mask breaks, very similar to those that you had last year in middle school. So don't worry, you will have times throughout today to take a quick mask break. So we're going to get right into it. My name is Laura Blanchard. I am the Stoddard House Assistant Principal here at Newington High School, and I will be kicking off orientation for you guys this morning. So we're going to take a look at our learning target for today. It's not switching. There we go. All right, it says, orientation is a program designed to provide you with information about the policies and procedures of Newington High School, as well as help you to become familiar with the building, staff, and resources of the high school. Our goal is to help you succeed. And you will be successful when, by the end of this program, you are going to be more knowledgeable about NHS and less anxious about starting your high school career. All right. At this moment, I am going to turn it over to our building principal, Miss Tigno, and she is going to tell you a little bit more about Newington High School. Miss Tigno.
Thank you, Miss Blanchard. All right, good morning. So I know we have, thank you. Good morning. Let's do that again. Good morning. All right, so where's the clicker? All right. See. Hold on. We're getting back in the swing of technology here. There we go. All right. So I'm going to let you ponder over those pictures while I do a quick introduction of myself. So the freshmen here, because I know we have some other visitors, you are the class of 2025. So welcome, class of 2025. We are so excited that you are here with us this morning. And as quickly as we welcome you into the freshman class, in just 4 years, I'm going to be saying this is the graduating class of 2025. And I'm sure many of you have older cousins, siblings, parents, family members who have told you how quickly these 4 years go by. So today, we're hoping that you make the best of today. There will be some procedural stuff that we have to go over, but at the end of the day, we hope you walk away here with a really good feeling about how the first day of school is going to be here for Newington High School. All right, so there's 3 things on this slide that I want to point out. The first is a picture of the family of learners. So this is my 5th year as the high school principal, but my 16th year here at Newington High School as an administrator. And 5 years ago, I started something called a family of learners because I truly believe this is a big family, and I truly believe that everybody in this building, all staff, all students, are learners every day. We really do learn something every day, even if it's about you. So that's the family of learners that you're going to hear, like I said, more about as you go through your days here at Newington High School. The second picture, anyone want to take a guess what that is? Go ahead, I see a hand out there. It's me, when? When I not a freshman, but a senior, and I heard 19, I'm going to ignore the third number I heard, but the last number was right. That is my graduating picture from 1988 from where? Newington High School, yes. So I am a proud graduate of Newington High School, class of '88, back when hair was nice and big. I think it's coming back. There's a lot of things that cycle through, right? Style, hair. So that was me back in 1988. And the last picture is me in my office. And what you need to know about my office and any of the offices around here is we have an open door policy. Does everybody know what that means? I see some yeses, I heard some nos. That means you can come anytime you want. You come into our offices, we'd be happy to talk to you. If we're with someone, you may have to wait, right? But we're always there for you. And that's another key thing that I hope you get out of today. With all the staff members you meet today and in all your days that you're going to be through Newington High School, we are here for you. Okay? So please ask your questions, raise your hands, knock on our doors, come see us. Whatever you need, we will be there for you. All right, so that's fact number one. I graduated from Newington High School in 1988. Fact number two is I have two daughters. I have a junior that's going into her junior year and a seventh grader. HK, Haddam Killingworth, so they don't go here. So I know your every moods. I know when you would rather be, TikToking or Snapchatting, and somehow you take a picture of half your face or just your forehead and you send it to people. So I know you'd probably rather be doing that, but today, no electronic devices when staff are speaking, please. And the third fact, you ready? This should come as no surprise if anybody who knows of me. I am big into kindness. We promote kindness here every day. Everybody deserves to have a great day when they walk into this building. So I look to my student leaders, a lot of them that you'll be meeting today, obviously our staff, and all of you to make sure that everybody around you comes here and has a day that they deserve. All right? Next slide. So here's the administrative team here at the building level. We have something called the house system here at Newington High School. There's about 1,300 students here. There's about 1,500 people in the building on any given day. That's a lot of people. 3 floors, basically squares, and then on the first floor, as you found out, there's some wings. So how do we break that into a smaller family? We have a house system. On the first floor is the McGee house, and typically it's by alpha. So if you're at the first third of the alphabet, more than likely, there are some exceptions, you will be on the first floor. What does that mean? That's where your advisory is. That's where your locker will be, and I'm proud to say, or happy to say, that you'll be able to use lockers again this year. So that's on the first floor. You still move about the whole building for your classes, but your locker and your advisory period is on the first floor. So when you get your schedule, you'll see that based on counselor, and they'll go through that with you. So Mr. Harris is the house principal of the McGee house on the first floor. So, Mr. Welcome, thank you. Let's give him a round of applause. Mr. Harris. Mr. Harris didn't graduate from Newington High School, but his wife did. You'll see a lot of NHS connections here. All right, the second floor, which is probably the second third of the alphabet, is the Dorn House office, again located on the second floor, and you'll see that today. We have Mr. Ficcicelli. Fun fact about Mr. Ficcicelli, he is also a graduate of Newington High School. And then we have on the third floor, Miss Blanchard. Typically the end of the alphabet, the last third of the alphabet is up on the third floor for advisory and lockers. Fact about Miss Blanchard, she didn't graduate from Newington High School, but wish she did. No, she's a Wethersfield High School graduate right around the corner. I just want to take a minute right now to thank Miss Blanchard and her secretary, Miss Joseph, for really putting together this program for you today. So if we can give Miss Blanchard and Miss Joseph, who already went upstairs, a round of applause. Thank you both so much. As you can see by our pictures here, we have a really fun time together. This is us when we first had COVID and we were trying out the gloves. And then in the middle picture, that's actually at the senior prom/outing that we were able to have last year at Quasi Park. And then at graduation in 2020 when the masks were in and the gloves for graduation. So we are a team of people who really work well together and love what we do. And we love what we do because of everybody out there. All right. What to expect. You got up this morning. If you were like me, you barely slept. You were nervous, right? Believe it or not, this makes me nervous. Shaking, anxious. I don't like to talk in front of large groups of people, but I have to do it. So, what does this look like? Those rings up there. The Olympic rings, yes. All right, so thank you. I'm already loving this class. I heard good things about you. So I like themes, right? I like to go with themes, family of learners. So heading into this year, I thought, what could be a theme? And I thought of the Olympics. One, because I love to watch it. And two, it reminded me of our students and our staffs trying to achieve the highest goal, high expectations we have at Newington High School. Open-minded. Anyone want to throw out, what do they think about open-minded? What does that mean to you? Doing a little more interactive. Yes. Yes, open to new ideas, and that's exactly what I have on my note card. Willingness to consider new ideas. Yes, sometimes I cheat. Not cheating, guiding myself. Open-minded. Perseverant. What does that mean? If you have perseverance. Go ahead. One more time, honey. So you guys looked at my note cards. Being willing to go through any challenge, no matter how difficult it is. Excellent. And let me tell you something. If there's ever a time when kids and people in general, the world has persevered, it is now. So I'm not surprised if you haven't heard that word 1,000 times. You have all persevered. Thank you. Collaborative. Go ahead. Sharing your ideas with people? Excellent. Together, a team. We talked about a team, a family. Excellent. And you're going to become great collaborators in your classroom, I hope. And last year, I hope you did that as well. Self-aware. Sort of two words that pretty much describe themselves right there. But what about self-awareness? Go ahead. Yes, aware of your surroundings, of your own feelings. Excellent job. And the last one, risk taker. Without using the word risk. Go ahead back there. Something that what? Outside your what zone? What's the word? Comfort. Something outside your comfort zone. Something you're not used to doing, right? So, let me ask you something. I'm going to challenge you. This is part of the activity we had this year. If you normally don't join a club, join a club. We've got 40 clubs. You want to start a club that we don't have? You can start a club. Be a risk taker. Do something you normally wouldn't do. I guarantee you're going to love it. Grab a group of friends. Join something. And then this Team FOL, we are Team Family of Learners. Team USA, Team FOL. And we are having our masks made, the APs and I, this year for that. All right. Finally, the big house. People used to refer to Newington High School as the big house. When you come up here, what do you expect? We're going to have more freedom because you're going to be able to walk around this big building during classes, right? But with more freedom comes more responsibility, right? Bigger challenges, being able to plan wisely. That starts today. You're going to hear some things in these classrooms, maybe some notes you want to take down. Maybe start preparing yourself. How I'm going to get through my classes. What's the best way to get to my next class? I only have 4 minutes to get there. If I am late, what am I going to do? How am I going to reach out to my teachers? All these things should start clicking today, and we're going to make sure that you have a great year. So I'm going to end with 3 questions. Do not yell out the answer. What year did I graduate? First hand I see. 1988. Name one of the words that was on the Olympic rings. One term. I saw you first. I'm sorry? Collaboration. Yes, I'm also loud if you didn't know that. And what's one fact about me other than I graduated from Newington High School? Nope. I like to be kind. Those 3 risk takers just won t-shirts. I'm going to make sure I get your names. I'm going to buy you a t-shirt from our school store. All righty. So, does everyone know what this means? Clap once if you can hear me. All right. That means please be silent. I exude a lot of energy. I'm excited that you're energetic out there, but we've got a lot to get through here. So, without further ado, Mr. Myers, some of you may have already met him, our athletic director will take you through some of our activities here at the high school.
Thank you, Ms. Tigno. Everybody, round of applause for Ms. Tigno. You will see a lot of Ms. Tigno. She is not a principal that stays in her office. She is very active. She's very engaging. And as you can tell by the things she wants you to know about high school, she understands and appreciates all the other experiences you're going to get from high school. So listen, it's early in the morning. All right, just to get us started quickly, everybody please stand up. Just please stand. All right, now listen. Here's what I'm going to ask you. Every day you are in high school, you have an opportunity to get better. Every day you have an opportunity to challenge yourself, to develop yourself, to take risks, right? So we're going to dominate each day when we're in high school. So let's do something very simple, all right? They're called power claps, all right? It's a great way to start your day. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to get 1 power clap. Give me a power clap. 2 power claps. 3 power claps. Now listen, here's going to be the big one. We're going to end with 1 big power clap. We're going to say dominate the day, and then we're going to have a seat, all right? So we're going to go through the whole sequence. 1 power clap. 2 power claps. 3 power claps. Last power clap. Dominate the day. There we go. All right, fantastic. Listen, we talk about coming out of our comfort zone, about being risk takers, about being collaborative. We just did that together as a group. You had very minimal instruction, and we got there. Now, hopefully you have a little energy, but hopefully you can also follow me along. I'm here to kind of quickly talk about the opportunities you have and experiences you have here at Newington High School. If you are an athlete, we have a very robust athletic program that offers freshman, JV, and varsity level programs. This allows you of any level, right? If you haven't played a sport before, you can go in and start at a freshman level, see if you like it. It's a challenge that I put on you. Try something you have not tried previously, okay? It's extremely important that as you go through high school, you're experiencing different things, all right? Our assistant athletic director, Mr. Mateo, is brand new. He literally started about 19 minutes ago. I just met him in the office. So you will get to know him as well. Myself and Mr. Mateo are around at all athletic contests, around our club meetings and things of that nature. We want to make sure you're comfortable with what's going on here. Our office is in room 120. It's on the main floor, okay? If you come in through the main entrance and just go straight, we're the last door on your left. If you have an interest in a club, a sport, if you have questions that you don't feel comfortable asking somebody else, come to room 120 before, during the school day, in between classes, after school. Come in and stop in and ask us those questions. You can also email us. We're here to help, okay? Don't miss out on an experience simply because you didn't ask a question about it or you didn't feel comfortable, you didn't know where the answer was. So let's walk through a few things that you need to do to participate athletically. Let's talk about athletics first. So first thing we need, football actually starts this afternoon, okay? So the things that you're going to need to participate in a fall sport, and if you're going to start participate in football, we need to make sure you have an updated physical on file, okay? So I'll give you a great point. If you're not playing a fall sport, if you're playing a winter or spring, when you go to your doctor's office to get your physical completed, get 2 copies of the health assessment record, How many copies should you get? 2. Perfect. Get 2 copies. Bring 1 copy into the nurse's office. Keep 1 copy at home. Okay? 1 copy in the nurse's office, 1 copy at home. Every single time you go, do that. And we won't have to worry about you being outdated on physicals. In order to be able to participate, you have to have a physical taken within 13 months of the start of the season. Registration is all done online. It's at newingtonathletics.com under the registration link. If you are a football player, you can go on today. You might not be able to start today, but we'll get your process your information as soon as we can. For all of our other fall sports, you have up until the 24th to register, okay? So please make sure you go home and get that registration completed, which is online at newingtonathletics.com. We do have a $100 participation fee. Again, that can be mailed in, or it can be dropped off in the athletic office at any time before the season begins. Our coaches at the first practice will also collect participation fees to make sure you have those on file. We need those 3 things in order for you to start. Now, the top thing there is academic eligibility. As freshmen, you all come in and are eligible from day 1, okay? After that, there is a level of academic eligibility you need to achieve in order to participate, okay? It's extremely important that you take your academic side very, very seriously. We have what's called an extra assistance program. If you are struggling in any particular classes, our coaches will be communicating that to you and working with you to improve those grades, right? We would love to see you go on and play sports in college, but to be honest, we're making sure that you're ready to develop into a worker, a college student, after your participation in our athletic programs. So it's extremely critical that the academic piece is there for you. Ways you can get information about us: listen to the announcements, okay? Pay attention when they come on in the morning. Pay attention to the slides. In between classes, there might be announcements about postponements and things of that nature. Just make sure you're listening to what's going on. We do have a Facebook and Twitter account, and we do use whatever emails you've used to register to communicate information to you, okay? So it's extremely important that when you register, you put in information that you want us to communicate to you, okay? Our website, newingtonathletics.com, gives you all the information you could want to know about our programs. Each team has its own page, so if you want to know what time your first practice is starting, what the schedule looks like for next week, what the registration system looks like, any information. One of the big things that we're working with, if you had a COVID positive, there's information on there of how you can return to play and participate in athletics. So again, critical that you're paying attention to this information. Great thing to take down and put in your phone or whatnot for newingtonathletics.com. Great resource for you to have, okay? So that's our fall start. For winter and spring, if you play winter or spring sport, please, please, please pay attention to the announcements. Go on your team pages. That's where all the information will be communicated. We'll have preseason meetings about 6 weeks before your season starts. Those will either be in person or via Zoom. Make sure you go to those preseason meetings to gain information from your specific coaches on what you're going to need. All right? Very, very important. For the fall, those were actually done last year in May. So those Zooms were communicated out. Hopefully you got them at the middle school. If not, that's fine. You can go on and email the coaches right now, and they'll give you whatever information you need to know. The other information, obviously, is located at newingtonathletics.com as well. Hold on one second. One more piece. So that's the athletic side. Miss Tigno touched on our robust club and activity opportunities as well. We have over 50 club experiences for you, okay? And these range anywhere from bowling to DECA, which is a business organization. We have a diversity club. We have so many experiences and opportunities that you can take part in. My main challenge to you is find something that you never thought you'd be interested in and go to a couple meetings this year. Find a couple friends. Go to a club that they're interested in. I promise you, the things that you're going to get from that, the experiences you're going to get from that, you're going to meet new people. You're going to engage more in the school community, and you're going to enjoy being here more. So don't just walk out at 2:20 every day. Find a club. If you're not athletically connected, find a club. try to contact the band. We have plenty of drama club, musical experiences. Take advantage of all the things that the high school has to offer, and I promise you, you're going to appreciate your time here at the high school much more. All right, without further ado, we're going to go to Mr. Korn. At some point, it's going to move forward, I promise. It's just not going. Thank you, everybody. I can't wait to work with all of you. Have a great day. Enjoy the first day.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Mr. Korn. I'm the Director of School Counseling and Student Testing. So if this starts working, hopefully. Nope. There we go. So here is my great team of school counselors. So at John Wallace, you had Mrs. Schmidt, I believe, and then at Martin Kellogg, you had Mrs. Speranza. So here at the high school, you will be assigned a school counselor, and I believe you're getting your schedules today. So when you get your schedule, it will have your school counselor on there. If you remember, Ms. Tigno talked about houses. So each house has 2 counselors within it. So McGee House, there's Mrs. Palazzo, who's the beginning alphabet, Mrs. Slater, also beginning. Then we have on the second floor, we have Miss Charmant and Mrs. Resendez. Some of you at Martin Kellogg might know Miss Resendez. She has moved up to the high school this year. And then inside of the house, we have Miss Carell and Mrs. Sullivan. And then as some of you have participated before in the academies at the middle schools, our career academy counselor is Miss Arnett, who's back there, waving her hand. So junior year, if you are a student that designates yourself as an academy student, you will move on to Mrs. Arnett's caseload. So your school counselors here are here to support you with your academics, personal social needs, and then also that other piece, because what comes after high school is up to you, and we're here to support you in whatever plan that might be, whether that's college, whether that's a 2-year college, military, work, a trade. We are here to support you. Miss Arnett is also another great resource, and Miss Ennis as well in our career workforce development office to help you with job shadowing and internships, so on and so forth. So the other fun piece I get to talk about is credits. So this is probably going to be it is the first time in your life ever that in order to be promoted to the next grade, you have to earn credit. So at the end of this year, you need to earn 6 credits. If you earn 5 credits, you would be considered a 9th grade student still. In order to be a junior, a junior, you would need 12 credits. In order to be a senior, it would be 18, and then your class, you need 25 credits total to graduate. So you don't just get promoted each year just because it's the next year. You have to earn credit to be promoted, and you also need to earn, again, that total of 25 credits to graduate. Later on in the presentation, they'll talk about attendance as well, because attendance is important, and it's tied to credit. Each course, so your full year courses, like your English class, your math, your science and social studies classes, usually those are 1-year classes, or for the whole year, so that would be 1 credit. And then you have what are called semester classes, which are typically worth a half credit. So for all of you, you're taking physical education 1, either first semester or second semester. So that would be a half credit. And as I said, it is extremely important that you maintain your credits over the next 4 years, because in order to graduate, again, what's the magic number you have to hit? 25. And your school counselors will go over that with you over the next 4 years. You'll meet with them every single year to go over credits and what you need in order to graduate from Newington High School. So with that, I think my short part is over. And I'm just skipping all over the place. And I'm going to introduce our school resource officer, Officer Wagner.
Thank you. So this is an exciting year for me because this is my first year with you guys. So I want to be here for 4 years. When you graduate, I'm graduating. So I had to introduce myself. I'm Master Police Officer Jeff Wagner. I've been a police officer for 20 years. I've been, like, when they tell you to be part of a team sports, music, any of the clubs, it's very important because you get a lot of enjoyment out of that. What you learn is teamwork, and teamwork will help you throughout your life, okay? You learn to work with other people, different people, races, gender, everything, and that's super important. I did the SWAT team for 12 and a half years. I was K-9 for 7.5 years, and that team building helps you throughout life to work with other people, okay? But the best reward I think out of my job of 20 years is helping kids. My whole 20 years, I always looked out for the youth because I was a youth once too. And I remember being nervous my freshman year and being awkward and working through things. I'm here for you. No matter what you are, gender, race, religion, I support you fairly. I will never give up for you. I'll always fight for you, and I'll be an advocate for you. That's number one. Don't be scared to approach me. I know I'm tall with this uniform on. It looks scary, but I'm not. But there's also responsibilities that you guys have to do to make your experience here good. And there's a list of, yes? Can you not hear me? All right. So there's a list of things I want to go over that we can't do. You have to remember, there's over 100 cameras in this school. So if you think you're going to get away with anything, we can go back and review those cameras. So you have to respect others. And these are the things we're going to talk about. Fights, 0 tolerance. You're going to get expelled. You're going to get kicked off of sports. It's not going to be, you're going to have to go home, and your parents are going to have to deal with you learning from home. Drugs, 0 tolerance. You bring in drugs into the school. You know marijuana is legal, but it's legal for 21-year-olds, not you. And if you bring it into school, you're going to get caught because someone's going to tell on you or someone's going to smell it on you, and then you get expelled, and then you have to do night school or whatever the staff's going to do with you, okay? Larcenies is a big thing too. You have your cell phone on you, your locker. Don't give your combination to other kids. Make sure you know where your cell phone is. If you're wearing gym shorts, it could slide out. We can try to find it for you. So if you lose something, come to me. We'll review the cameras. We'll try to work it out. Just be aware of your belongings. Don't bring a lot of money to school, okay? Because kids will see it and they'll want to steal it. But that's where respect and treating each other with respect comes into it. I'm always going to treat you with respect, and you should treat me and other staff with respect, okay? Sexting. When you're sending pictures out, you have to remember, that person you're with, you might not be with for a long time, and they're going to share that photo of you. So if you don't want to be embarrassed, and you don't want that getting out, don't do it. It's that simple, okay? If someone pressures you to do it, you have to be a leader and say, I'm not doing that, okay? It could get sent out too fast. Following school rules. If a hall monitor or a custodian or any staff tells you to take your hat off or take your hood off, just do it. It doesn't need to be a conflict of it. Just respect that adult telling you what to do and just do it, okay? And again, number one thing is we're all a team here. And we have to work together to help each other out through this next 4 years, okay? If I'm having a bad day, I'm not going to bring it to school. But if you see me and I don't look happy, you can come to me. You all right? Yeah, I'm okay. And that kindness of caring about someone else will uplift that person. We're here to help each other, okay? We're here for 4 years together. And I'm graduating with you because after my 4 years, you guys are going to go to college or trade school, whatever you're doing, I'm going to retire. So I can't wait. This next 4 years is going to be great for me. I can't wait to experience with all you guys, okay? And that's it. That's my speech. Just respect each other, okay? And don't be afraid to come talk to me. I don't have a clicker.
If you can hear my voice, touch your head. If you can hear my voice, touch your shoulders. If you can hear my voice, touch your nose. If you can hear my voice, turn your voices off. Thank you, guys. All right, I'm going to introduce our nurse administrator, Mrs. Hetherington, and she's going to go over some of the nursing office procedures and protocols with you guys. Mrs. Hetherington.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to high school. Our nurse, Miss Cios, just had a baby, so she will not be here for a bit. Yay! I would like to, I know you guys are all excited about that. I'd like to introduce you to our other nurse, Miss Veach. So how many of y'all are excited to be in high school finally? Oh, come on. There's got to be more of you. All right. Why don't we... All right, there's some things I'm going to go over, and it's really important for you to listen, okay? As you know, we are in a pandemic still, and I appreciate all of you wearing your mask. And so due to the pandemic, the health office does look a little bit different. I'm sure you were, last year, it was the same thing. You only come in if you really, really need something. Try to make sure you have all your supplies with you, et cetera. I believe we're doing lockers this year. Is that true? Excellent. All right, next slide. Somebody? Anybody? Do I do it? How about that? Anybody can be a nurse. All right. Passes. Let's talk about coming to the nurse's office. You have to have a pass to come down to the nurse's office. That way we know that your teacher knows where you are. So if it's between classes, you need to go to your next class, get a pass, and then come to the nurse's office. Please do not stop in during passing time unless you're bleeding, you know, all right? Confidentiality. We very much value your privacy. What you tell us stays with us unless, you know, we're very concerned with your well-being. But we do not share information. Medications in school must have a doctor's order, and your parent also must sign it. You don't carry Tylenol, antibiotics, anything in your purse because you can actually get suspended for that. So if you need Tylenol on the day, you need a doctor's order for it. Everybody clear about that? Thank you. Health and sports physicals. You all will have a mandatory 10th grade physical. Start making your appointments today so that you don't have any issues with coming back to school. If you're in sports, you need a physical every year. So Gail, get your physical, turn it in, and you'll be all set for the school year. If you are in football, I would recommend you copy your sports physical because a lot of times there's a summer program and you'll need that physical, and the nurses are not here in the summer to make that copy for you. Let's see. All medical paperwork comes to us. So when you turn in the physicals, it doesn't go to your coach or your teacher. Your medical notes don't go to your counselor. Everything comes to us, okay? If you're out sick, you want to call the main office or the McGee office and do your absence here. It does not come through the nurse's office. Lastly, now all boys close your ears. Girls, you're in high school now. So I know in middle school, they pampered you and provided all your little supplies that you need for your monthly. Please bring your own supplies because the high school is very, very short. You're welcome. Any questions? All right. Welcome again.
Thank you, Mercy. Okay, here we go. We're going to cruise through these slides, then we'll get you guys out on your tours and in your classrooms with your groups, so stay with me. You guys are doing great. We got a little bit more time, though. Hang in there. Student arrival and dismissal. If you took the bus this morning, that is going to be where you would get dropped off during the regular school day if you take the bus. If you are a walker, you can also come in through that main entrance. So the flagpole entrance and then our main entrance, which is a little bit further down the hallway, are going to be the locations right by those yellow stars where you would come into this building. If you will be parent drop-off in the morning, Right where you got dropped off this morning will be the parent drop-off location if your parents dropped you off this morning. So coming around the back of the school by the tennis courts, there'll be teachers out there, we'll be out there kind of waving to you guys, escorting you into the building on those first couple days. And then dismissal, we did do a staggered dismissal last year. Right now, we're not sure if we are going to do a staggered dismissal or not. It would just mean you'd hear an announcement over the intercom, all students taking the bus, you're now dismissed. A couple seconds later, walkers and parent pickup, you're dismissed. Pretty simple. Next slide, our schedule. So Newington High School uses something called a modified block schedule. So you'll hear teachers and other students say A, B, C days, O and E days. It's just another way to say the day of the week. So if you look at the schedule on the right, the A, B, and C days typically will fall on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Fridays. You will have all of your classes, periods 1 through 8, on those days, and classes are 43 minutes long. On the O and E days, O stands for odd, E stands for even. So on O days, you would attend all of your odd classes, and classes a little bit longer. So we have an 86-minute block of class time, including a period during that day called advisory, when you would go and work on some activities with your advisory, formerly known as homeroom teacher. E days, you attend your even classes, same thing, 86-minute blocks of time. Period 5 on A, B, C, and O days is our lunch wave schedule. We have 3 lunch waves at Newington High School. A, B, and C lunch. On E days, period 6 is your lunch wave. And your orientation group leaders will go over with you guys which lunch wave you have on that first day of school. The schedule on the left is going to be what we will be using on those first 2 days of school. You will see that warning bell, 7:32 a.m. Yeah, it's early, right? So make sure you're getting yourself into this habit of waking up early, you know, like getting your morning routine going, making sure you can get the bus early enough. It is an early start. By 7:34, you are in class, ready to go. On that first day, you will be going straight to your advisory period. So when you get your schedules today, tune into who you have for advisory. It's also the location where your locker will be. So your locker will be right outside your advisory classroom. You will have that teacher for your 4 years at Newington High School. So your advisory teacher does not change. And we have an extended advisory block on those first 2 days to go over procedures, things like that with you guys. All right, now some more fun stuff. Mask wearing. Just like last year, if you were a student that did participate in the hybrid learning, so you did come to school, masks must be worn at all times. When you're on the bus and when you get into that building, the only time you are allowed to have your mask not on is when you are told so by a teacher. So mask breaks, perfect. You can take your masks off. In wellness class, when you're distanced far enough apart from people, you might be able to take your masks off, okay? Bandanas are not going to be allowed, neither are neck gaiters. So I'm looking around right now, and all of your masks look perfect, all right? So make sure that if you do have questions, can I wear this mask to school? Can I not wear this mask to school? Just reach out, ask a teacher, ask a building administrator. You can ask one of the nurses, and we'll be able to answer those for you. Now, let's say you get to school and you don't have your mask. Oh my gosh, I don't have my mask with me. Take a deep breath. Totally fine. At each of the entrances, we will have extra masks. We also will have extra masks in the house offices, so you can go down there kind of holding your mask on your face as it's falling off, and we'll hook you up with a new mask. So don't worry about it if your mask breaks, gets thrown away accidentally at lunch. We have extra masks here that we can provide you with. If you need multiple reminders to wear your mask appropriately, or you do not have your mask on at all, you will be subject, unfortunately, to a consequence, all right? So that might look like an after-school detention, a Saturday detention. Depending on the severity of it, it could mean a suspension. We don't want to have that happen. The best place for you guys to be is in this school. We don't want to have to send you home, okay? Dress code, and this includes masks. Now, dress code is pretty simple. You guys have made it this far in your schooling careers, so I think you have an understanding of what is school appropriate and what is not, all right? You can't wear a shirt that has an explicit phrase on it or a sexually suggested phrase on it. You cannot have anything that has alcohol, drugs, any of those types of advertisements on your clothing in school, right? Crop tops therein, don't wear them. You will get dress coded. Okay? Now, I like to tell kids, look in that mirror, right? If you're standing in your bedroom or in your bathroom, wherever you're getting ready, and you're looking at your outfit, and you're like, I look good, but this is not appropriate for school. Change your clothes, please. Mistakes happen. Kids sometimes do like to test to see what they can and can't get away with. We get that. If you get to school and you're like, I'm not feeling comfortable, I know I shouldn't have worn this crop top, ask a friend if they have a hoodie. You can go see our school nurses. They have extra clothes in their offices. I have shirts in my house office. Come see me. Because most likely, you are going to get sent out of class, and you're going to have to speak with one of the assistant principals. So just be smart about it, guys, okay? And then hats, hoods, and other types of head coverings. The only exemption to this would be for religious reasons. We understand that. That's totally fine. If you have your hood on in the hallway and a teacher reminds you, hey, take your hood off, respectfully remove your hood. Now, if you have your hood on and you're also rocking your AirPods and you got your music blasting and you can't hear them, you might get a tap on the shoulder. Be respectful. Remove your hood and don't turn it into a big deal, all right? Fantastic. I'm going to turn it back over to Mr. Harris now. Actually, Mr. Harris hasn't even been turned over the mic, so I'm going to give him the mic for the first time. Mr. Harris, our McGee House principal.
Which button is it? This one? Cool. Good morning. That was all right. That was okay. This is my first chance to get to talk to you guys, so I'm really excited. Good morning. That's significantly better. Thank you. So we're going to talk about a few things. I only am going to keep a little bit of your time this morning because I know we're really excited to get out and work in smaller groups and see the building. But I do want to talk to you about a few important things. The first is PBSM, okay? I'm not going to read it to you. Performance-based student management. That's a fancy way of saying this is how you earn open study, okay? So we have different types of study hall here at the high school. Our freshmen are put into freshman study for the first semester. And then after that, you'd either be in a structured study or you'll be in an open study. And in order to make sure you get into that open study where you have a little bit more freedom and you can go to the library or to the cafeteria instead of going to a classroom where there's a teacher supervising you directly, making sure you're quiet and not on your electronics and doing your work, you have to meet certain goals, all right? And the first is academic. You can't have more than one C and you can't have any Fs, all right? This gets reset every quarter. So if one quarter you don't do great, and you don't earn open study, you can get back into open study the following quarter when that resets. Behavioral, you can't have 3 or more office referrals. You can't get referred to the office, have to come see me, Mrs. Blanchard, Mr. Ficcicelli, because you got in trouble. That can't happen. If that happens more than 2 times, you're not in open study. And lastly, financial. You have to make sure that you're current on the money that you owe the school. If you owe $20 or more, you're not going to be in open study, okay? All right, the next thing we're going to talk about is lockers. I'm not sure how many of you guys had the opportunity to use lockers last year. We did not here at the high school because of COVID, right? This year you will have your lockers again. So make sure that you look on that first day when you get your information. Actually, I think Mrs. Blanchard, they get that today, their combos. Beautiful. So hopefully you'll have a chance to practice that. Everything has to go into your locker, guys. At the high school, you can't carry backpacks, all right? You have an opportunity to stop at your locker during that transition time between classes, but everything has to be in your locker. You can't carry a backpack, anything like that. If you're able to, if you need to, I love that. Yes, purses are allowed. That's the next bullet point. Thank you. I appreciate that. Purses are allowed. Purses don't have to be clear. And then, of course, athletes will be able to leave any bulky items, anything like that, in the locker room. All right, cell phones. Personal electronic devices, not just cell phones, but cell phones would be the most obvious one. You can't use personal electronic devices in class unless you have the express permission of your teacher, okay? So if your teacher hasn't told you that it's okay to do, you don't want to have that phone out. You don't want to have that phone heard. If it's a distraction, that becomes a problem, right? So all of those things are not to be used unless they're expressly permitted. Now, what'll happen if you get caught on your phone when you're not supposed to be, or on your AirPods or something like that? The teacher's gonna say, hey, I gotta confiscate that, you need to give it to me. At that point, you just wanna give it to them, okay? And what'll happen is they'll turn that into your house office. You'll get a referral for a cell phone violation. And then you'll come see me and you'll say, hey, Mr. Harris, I need to get my cell phone back. And I'll say, unfortunately, I need your parent, your guardian to come in to get this. I'm not going to be able to give it back to you. Okay? They have to come in. The next time it happens, there's more consequences that accrue, right? Detentions, Saturdays, things like that, in addition to your parent or guardian having to come in to get the phone each time. Easiest way to avoid all of that would be what? Yeah, just keep it away. Keep it on silent. And when you have the opportunity, if you get the opportunity to use it, that would be the time to do it. All right? All right, good. Now it's my pleasure to turn it over to the Dorn House principal, Mr. Ficcicelli. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
Thank you, Mr. Harris. All right, good morning, everybody. Again, I'm Mr. Ficcicelli. I'm the Dorn House principal. As Ms. Tigno had mentioned, I'm also a proud graduate of NHS. So I know how exciting and how nerve-wracking it can be to sit in these seats at freshman orientation, but I promise you we have excellent teachers here, great support staff. So throughout the next 4 years, I encourage you to get involved. If you ever need anything, come see any of us and we can point you in the right direction. We have a lot of resources here, so definitely take advantage of it. All right, I got a few quick items here. This first one, obviously, given the past year and a half of the pandemic, you guys have this down. You're obviously always using your Chromebooks a lot. Our teachers are using them more than ever in the classroom. So please make sure you bring your charged Chromebook every day. You could bring your charger as well. I would just recommend marking your charger with your name on it, so if it doesn't get mixed up with a fellow classmates. If you have any damaged device, if you have a damaged device or you have any Chromebook needs, as you'll see on your little tour today, the Media Center, which is located right behind the auditorium over here, that's your one-stop shopping for everything Chromebooks. So if you have any questions with your Chromebooks, go down to the Media Center and they will help you out right away. We also have a few charging stations in the house offices. That's for like emergency situations where maybe during lunch, if you want to get a quick charge, you can leave your Chromebook in there. We have a few chargers, but definitely don't rely on that. And lastly, Chromebook insurance, as a reminder, needs to be purchased every year. All right, bathroom use. This is super simple. So if you're going to go use the bathroom, you have your pass from your teacher and you have an ID. All right, you walk up to the bathroom monitor. Very friendly people. Make sure you say hello, chat with them a little bit. If they chat too long, tell them you have to get back to science class and cut that conversation off. But they are very friendly. So you just need a pass, your ID. If it's in between classes, you do not need a pass, okay? Passing time between classes is only 4 minutes, so you don't have a ton of time. But if you do need to use a bathroom in the middle of passing, you do not need a pass then. Lastly, 4 students are allowed in the bathroom at a time, so please don't congregate in there. Do what you got to do and get out, or else the monitors will come in and get you moving. All right. Lunch. It's great gift, right? We loved it. So lunch is going to be a little unique to this year. We're still kind of figuring this out. However, you will sit at the same table for your period 5 and 6 lunch waves. All right. Hopefully, we only have to do this for the first semester, but upon the first few days of lunch, you will sign into those tables, and you need to sit at those tables for the whole semester. Okay. Again, hopefully, we only have to do that for the first semester. You must stay at your table during the lunch waves, and you must wear your mask at all times, of course, except for when you're eating. But once you're done eating, we ask that you put your mask back on, or if you go to throw out your trash, again, please make sure you put your mask back on. All right, and the last item I have is the freshman class advisors. They will follow you for the next 4 years, okay? You have Mr. Hartley, who is located in the Media Center, and Mrs. Morello, who's an English teacher here, okay? So anything, fundraisers, class dues, proms, things leading up towards graduation, these will be your go-to, okay? So again, Mrs. Morello, Mr. Hartley, they're your class advisors for the next 4 years. All right, with that, that is all I got for you. Next will be Maya and Valerie, I believe, are going to be presenting for, actually, there's a whole crew here, for DECA. DECA, come on up.
Hi, good morning. I'm Maya Johnson, and I'm a member of DECA. That's Jimmy, Ella, I don't know where's Alex, and then Val. So you guys are probably wondering what DECA is. DECA is an international organization that focuses on all areas of business, from marketing and finance to entrepreneurship. Even if you're not headed into a career in business, DECA helps build skills and provide opportunities that will be helpful in any job. If interested, please come to our first meeting on September 1st in the Event Center. Joining DECA means being able to sign up for conferences. NHS DECA participates in several state and national conferences. In the fall, we attend the Leadership Conference with other chapters from the state. There's also a Power Trip, which is a great opportunity to meet people from all over the country, attend seminars, and compete in an innovation team event. This year's conference will be in Boston, and the Sports and Entertainment Marketing Conference will be held in Orlando. Next slide. Oh, it's not moving, okay. Another opportunity with DECA is being able to be able to compete in the state and national competitions. Our school had 7 finalists last year, one of which was me, and I highly recommend competing as it is a big opportunity to work on a variety of skills. The largest accomplishment for DECA was opening the school store and more recently rebranding. The school store, now known as the Stormfront, sells school apparel and spirit items. This is a great opportunity to learn business management, marketing, and customer service skills. Students run the store and are responsible for what to sell, designs, pricing, as well as the daily operations. DECA members may earn credit for working at the school store. To find us, come on down to the cafeteria, and today you'll be able to see all the new apparel we just put out, so.
Oh, yeah, get this. Who wants to become a nor'easter? I guess then none of you want the free stuff that we want to give away. Okay. I'll keep it to myself then. Take a bag.
How am I going to throw this? It's going to go nowhere. Is there anything else? I don't know who I'm going to throw these. What are we doing? Just handing them out? That's everything. Because it was clicking. That's say goodbye.
Who are we handing this off to?
Just say thanks and then.
Thank you.
Just bringing it back. All right, thank you, DECA. Next up, we have some members from Student Council who are going to come and speak to you guys just a little bit about what Student Council, aka Stuco, is. And I'll let them introduce themselves.
Hi, good morning. My name is Brenda, and I'm the Student Council President.
And my name is Bryce, and I'm Student Council Vice President, and we're also missing our Senior Board of Ed Rep, Vidisha. She is on vacation, and all of our other positions are open for other people to run for. Upperclassmen can run for this.
Like I said, right now our positions aren't filled, but unfortunately none of you are eligible because you're not returning Student Council members. But hopefully in the fall, we hope to fill the rest of them. So why should you join Student Council? Well, we have a lot of volunteer opportunities like clothing drives and food drives, typically during the normal year. The COVID year last year was a little wonky, and we unfortunately weren't able to do everything that we wanted to, but we still had fun. And the volunteer opportunities encompass a lot of things, like helping out a teacher who might need like classroom prep help or cleaning things out help. But it's just a great experience and helps you to go out, meet new people, and yeah.
So event-wise, we also do a lot of stuff for the school. So we handle our entire homecoming dance, which will hopefully be in the fall this year. Oh, crossing our fingers. Spirit Week, which is also usually during homecoming week, so I know you guys know what Spirit Week is. We try to come up with new and creative days every year, and being part of Student Council, you can help decide what those Spirit Days are going to be. We also have organized the pep rally, which is a lot of fun. I know in middle school you kind of do 4 a year, but we kind of have one big one, so it's a big deal, and we kind of get everyone involved. And like we said, community outreach. We've done a lot of stuff over the years, and because of the past 2 years, it's been difficult. Everyone who's in Student Council is going to be working really hard to get back in the swing of things. The seniors, the juniors, sophomores, you guys, it's all going to be a big team effort to get everything back up and running again, and we're really looking forward to it. And these are some examples of our activities. Do you want to talk about anything specific?
So in the past, we've done a mental health activity day where we had speakers come and talk about suicide prevention and various mental health tactics to help yourself. And then we've done food and clothing drives. Read Across America. America is typically a big thing where we would go down to the elementary schools and we would go into classrooms and read stories with the kids and then do a bunch of activities with them. Again, homecoming and pep rallies we do. A couple years ago, we had tried to clean out the central courtyard garden. It didn't really go too well because the weeds just kind of grew back, but we tried. And then we try to put together a lot of homeroom activities. Like last year, our big thing was Guess the Teacher. And it was a bunch of different teachers had their faces covered in various ways. And then they had a clue, and the homeroom that got the most correct and submitted it the quickest was awarded a prize, which we thought it was really fun, but I don't know. Yeah.
And so our first meeting, it'll be announced on the, we also do the announcements. Me, Brenda, our leadership team do the announcements, so you hear our voices every single day. But we'll send out an announcement for when our first meeting is. It'll probably be, I'd say, yeah, mid to late September, once we get into the swing of things. You want to talk about Color Guard?
Okay, so this is different. This is Color Guard, which is a part of our marching band, kind of, but it's a little different. So Color Guard is like flag acrobatics, if you will. I don't know how to explain it, but basically you use a flag to do a myriad number of tricks, and I'm a member of Color Guard, and I personally think it's very, very fun, and I think a lot of people, if they knew more about it and could experience it, would think it was fun as well, because we perform with the marching band. Yeah, and it's a great community if you're just looking for some new thing to start in high school. So our remind code is up there. You can feel free to join. And then if you have any questions, we ask that you email me. And I know a lot of you know how to use your email account, but if you just type in my name in your email, it'll come up. But yeah, so hopefully we will see some of you.
We got a little bit more. Oh, I got a point over here. Marching band. I am the head drill instructor of marching band. Unfortunately, our two drum majors, who are basically the leaders of marching band, couldn't be here right now, so I'll be handling this presentation. So our field show this year, we're doing Journey. We're doing Any Way You Want It and Don't Stop Believe It. It's Don't Stop Believin'. It's a little smaller this year, but that's okay. It's a little late to be joining marching band. We'd be great if any of you have kind of lost touch with your instruments. If you come join band, that'd be awesome. But marching band starts this week, so it's a little late for that. But feel free to come watch us. We'll be doing most of the halftime shows for the home games here for the football team. What else? So these are just a list of our events that we do during the year. If you're part of the music department, we do a spring trip to New York that we'll hopefully be able to bring back this year, and we have our various concerts. One more slide. But, however, if you are a pianist or know how to play a percussion instrument, guys, can I have your attention, please? Thanks. All right. If you play piano or have any type of intermediate music reading skills, we need people to play our front ensemble. So that means cymbals, triangles, but also mallet percussion, so your xylophone, your marimba. If you have any of those skills, we don't have really anyone doing front ensemble right now. So if you guys are interested, come talk to me, come talk to Mr. Bell or Mr. Brooks down in the band room, which you'll see in your tours just around the corner here. We'll be here all day today, so feel free to stop by. And I think that's it from me.
All right. Before we go into groups, guys, I just want to thank the members of our stage crew. So you'll see them. They're in the back. They're running the boards back there, maybe. We have two up on the main cameras up here. We have some kids running the boards over there. So if everyone could just give stage crew a round of applause, that would be greatly appreciated. And stage crew is another opportunity. Have a seat, guys. We're not going anywhere yet. Soon, though, soon. Stage crew is another opportunity for you to get involved. So we have two members of stage crew that are just going to briefly give you some information about it. They did graduate a lot of students, so they're looking for some kids to get involved with this. So if you have an interest in television, creating shows, things like that, this might be something up your alley. So I'm going to turn it over, and then we'll get right into the groups.
Hey guys. Okay, so we have a small speech. Sorry to keep you here, but I'm Megan.
And I'm Val.
And we're second year stage crew students.
Joining stage crew made my freshman year and helped me make so many new friends. There are many different aspects of stage crew. We build all the sets, create lighting designs, control sound, paint all of our sets, build props, and manage all of our fall productions and our spring musical.
Today, here we have our events crew. Events crew also works with groups and the district to produce events. We broadcast most of our events like we are today.
Here's a couple fun facts. Oh, wait, what? Yeah, we have in-school movie nights, and we have a stage crew mascot called Planky.
We hide him in all of our sets. He's a fun part.
We're super inclusive, and we're always looking for new people.
Like Ms. Blanchard said, we lost 11 seniors this year, so we're kind of hurting for people. But if any of this sounds interesting to you, you can come join us for our first info meeting on September 7th after school in the auditorium. We hope to see you there. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. All right. It's the moment you've all been waiting for. So, we need to kind of keep this organized. Right now, before you move, sit down. No one's going anywhere. I want you to look at your wristband and see what group you are in. And no, don't move yet. And see which room number you're going to. When the groups are projected on the screen, only those groups will be moving. All right, here we go. Group 1. You are with Mrs. Arnett in room 315. If you're in group 1, stand up. Mrs. Arnett is in the back. Head to Mrs. Arnett.